Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this fun Eastery design. This was a several step process, and so I found that the easiest way for me to show you guys today was to show you backwards. But I'm going to first show you all the products that we used, and then we'll jump into the tutorial. Our stamping polish is going to be from Bundle Monster. This is So Metal. We're going to be filling in our design with Zoya's Robin and Zoya's Ziv. We will also be using this OPI lacquer. This is called Polywana Lacquer. My base is OPI's Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon. I'm going to be using a matte top coat as well as a regular glossy top coat, a tray of pearls, and today's design is coming from Uber Chic's Yay Spring Plate. Today I am using this egg design right up here. Some special appearances will be from the Twinkle Tea double-ended cuticle pusher. And I will be using a Twinkle Tea nail brush. This just came in their purple pack and it doesn't have a number on it, so it's just the smallest brush in the pack. All right, so let's get started. What you are going to want to do is while your first layer of polish is drying, you are going to start on your reverse stamp. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to lay down the silver stamping polish that I'm going to stamp this design in. Okay, pick it up, and that picked up beautifully. You guys check that out. Look how gorgeous that looks. Okay, and we're gonna let this dry just a little bit before we start coloring in the design. So let's move all of our stuff away. And while you're letting that dry, it's best to go right now, just so that you don't forget later, and clean off your plate. I'm not one that I never ever put away a dirty stamping plate. I always make sure that they are clean and perfect and ready to use for the next time. So here is our image, and we are going to be filling this in. Okay, you guys, I'm actually gonna let that dry just a little bit more, and while it is drying, I'm going to lay down my second coat of polish here. Just so it gets a chance to fully dry before we place that image onto our nails. Okay, so now that I've put on that second layer of polish and it's drying, I'm going to fill this in. So let me center this here for you guys. And you guys know this, but just a reminder, I do all of my work on a Uber mat. And so I'm just going to put the polish down here, and I am going to take my, I don't know what brush is going to be the best for this. We're going to take my Twinkle Tea brush. This doesn't have a number on it. It just came in the purple set. It's the smallest tipped brush that I have. All right, and I'm just going to lay down, I'm going to start with the blue. So I'm going to lay down a dot of blue up here. And we are going to fill in this little egg, which I will turn it around so it faces you guys while I fill it in. Okay, so there's the blue, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe off this and dip it in some acetone and clean off this brush, because I'm just going to turn around and use it again. So there's the blue. Then we're going to go ahead and do gold next. And we are just going, and when you reverse stamp, kind of know what you want to do before you start filling it in. I looked at the design beforehand and knew about where, since this is such a delicate design, I knew about what patterns inside the design that I wanted to fill with what color. So yeah, kind of know that before going ahead and starting to fill it in. And now we are going to use the purple, which I feel like I might do another layer of gold around it somewhere, just because, or I might even do like a white. Because this filled in a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Okay, so that's the purple. And I'm just gonna flip this over and see what it's looking like. So that's looking really, really pretty. I think I am going to go ahead and, let's just make sure this gold is wet, and do some more gold up at the top here. And that is our finished result for our reverse stamp. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and I may or may not go over it with top coat and turn it into a decal and then take it off and cut it in half. I am wanting to split it between two of my nails, so we will see what we're wanting to do there. And I have decided I am going to turn this into more of a nail decal that I can cut in half and use it for both my nails. So all you do to do that is cover it with top coat, and it is quite possible that this would have come up on one piece on its own just because I covered the whole thing, but I'm nervous where I use different colors that it could break apart. And so because of that is why I'm covering it in top coat. And I'd rather not experience that right now. I'd rather just have a full nail decal when I'm ready to use it. Okay, so now you're going to set this off to the side and let it dry completely, and then we can peel it off. So while we are waiting for that, I am going to go ahead and do some pearls on my pointer and pinky. I'm gonna put the egg halfway on both of these nails. So we're just gonna focus on the pointer and the pinky for right now, and we are going to use the biggest pearls that I have, and we might even rotate and do some smaller ones as well. We'll just have to see how we're feeling. And I'm gonna use a matte top coat just because this isn't that great of a matte top coat, and to stick on these gems it'll work just fine for that. So I just always set my top coat in the center of my tray, and you can always flick it, let it dry, and then pick it off and it'll come off, or you can wipe it off at the end. I'm gonna place one here, and then I think I'm wanting to do like something over here. So then we're gonna rotate this and use some of these smaller gems as well. Gems, pearls, some of these smaller pearls. Okay, so that is perfect. And then I'm going to move over here and do the same thing to my pinky nail. So now that those nails are done, we're gonna hope that our nail decal is dry, and we are going to peel it off. So this isn't dry yet, so we are going to, let's just go ahead and top coat these two fingers while we wait for that to dry a little bit more. And it might take it a while just because it is so much polish on there. Okay, so those are top coated and ready to go. I am also going to get these two fingers ready to have the decal put on. All right, so to get these two fingers ready for a top coat, I'm trying something a little bit different today. Today I'm going to be using some nail foil glue to attach the decal. And all I'm gonna do is just paint it over my whole nail and let it dry. And it will go clear when it has dried. So that's when you know that you are ready to go. And this also will make it so that it gives my decal a little bit more time to dry. So we're gonna give this decal time to dry, and then we'll be back. Now that this has completely dried, I'm just going to squeeze my stamper a little bit, and you can see that it comes up just a little bit. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and hold it up while I grab some tweezers. I don't like taking tweezers to my stampers because it can ruin them. So here is my decal, and I am just going to very carefully cut this in half, or at least the best I can in half. I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but I want it to be pretty close. Okay. Then we're gonna just put the other half down, take this half, and we are going to apply it to my finger the best that we can. And again, I put down that foil glue, and as you can see, my nail is dry again. Then I'm just gonna take my tool from Twinkle Tea. It's a dual-ended cuticle pusher. And I'm just going to lightly place this down. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit there for a minute. I'm gonna take the other half and put it on this half of my nail. And I didn't get this one perfect, partially because of this foil glue. I touched it down before I was ready to, but I'm okay with that. I think it'll look good just the same. Okay, and then I'm gonna just, because I have so much excess, hang on, we're gonna push this down just a little bit more. Because I have so much excess hanging off, before I take anything else, I'm just gonna take my nail scissors and trim off all this excess. Just because it'll help me when I am cleaning up, that it's not such a big mess. Okay, and now I'm going to take my cleanup brush dipped in acetone, and I'm gonna marry these two together essentially. For these two nails, I've debated going over it with a matte top coat, so I'm gonna do that first and see if I like it that way best. Again, I've got some clear top coat over here that's coming up, so I'm just gonna push it down with my and I've got some hanging off over here. Okay, then we're going to do the same on this side. Alright, so there's your finished design. Now just to recap all this real quickly, these two were done with glossy top coat and these two were done with matte, and I'm super excited for this look. I'm sure that it'll just look absolutely amazing once it all dried down to its matte finish. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on all my other social media sites at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're all linked down in the description box below, as well as don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and click that bell for notifications. As always, be polished to wear polish, and a little superstition never hurt. We'll catch you guys later. Bye!